Hey guys, welcome back to Just Browsing.
Today we're going to be talking about decades of fashion, 100 years of design.
I'm Jazzy. I just joined FBA and I've always wanted to get on the mic. So I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to talk about fashion. And I'm from San Francisco.
Hell yeah.
Ready to get jiggy with it.
Do you have a fashion major?
Do I have a fashion major? No. Honestly, right now, guys, I'm still stuck in the School of Arts and Sciences. I'm trying to transfer to the School of Business. I'm in trouble.
And I'm Justin, and I'm just a marketing major, but I like fashion. So,
What's your minor?
music.
Do you guys want to do something in fashion?
Wait, sorry.
Do you want to do something in fashion or arts?
I want to do something with music, I think, yeah. And that kind of coincides with fashion, and we'll talk about that later with the 60s and 70s, but it has a lot of influence on what people wear.
Super rad. I definitely want to work in somewhere creative. Can't stop doing things with my hands, unfortunately. So I think it'd be best used with pencil and paper. I want to start us off talking about the Roaring 20s. I'm talking flapper girls. I'm talking beads. I'm talking frills. And this is the first time that ladies were showing, like, some skin. And I mean, like, shins, guys. So they, like... It's like a common misconception that they brought them all the way, but like women weren't even wearing swimsuits yet. So I'm talking burlesque is this new concept. It's risque.
Yeah.
And women can show their shins and they can show a little bit of shoulder. And the burlesque shows, have you ever seen Gossip Girl?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. There's this one episode where Chuck finally gets that burlesque saloon and he brings Blair over to impress her. And she's all prude and Chuck doesn't expect much from her. She says, you don't think I'll get up on stage? And I think that's the best modern example of what a little burlesque tease looks like. I mean, at the same time, we have these iconic bobs where they chopped either like blunt cut that you might recognize when you imagine like The Great Gatsby. And also they have those pretty butterfly curls that they would do and paste them to their head that have continued to today when people like lay their edges down. Honorable mention. This is when Chanel brought about the little black dress.
Oh, really?
This is when the little black dress was founded. And I didn't know the little black dress, OG, it's actually kind of ugly. Doesn't hug your figure at all, but the girls loved it. So it became like a staple. People could wear it at night. People could wear it during the day. And ran with it. Now we still wear it.
And all of this coincides with, the constitutional amendment, right to vote. It kind of goes...
The right to drink.
The right to dress. That's what I say.
The right to dress.
And I feel like for guys of this era, it was just suits, but elevated. A little more swag, a little more attention to detail. In a way, I feel like they're better dressed than the men in suits today.
Yeah.
I feel like you go to the Met Gala today and everyone's wearing just a black suit or any awards show. But back then, they took some risks. They actually cared about something beyond just black tux.
Yeah, I saw some cute pinstripes when we were doing our research.
Yeah.
Definitely like the speakeasy vibe comes hard through.
So, yeah, we started with the 20s, and now we're going to skip a few eras, some important eras, the Great Depression and World War II.
Think like cookie cutter houses and those like cute like hoop skirts and honey, I made dinner and...
The nuclear family, the Levittstown, those eras. But we're going to get to something a lot more exciting, in my opinion. The counterculture revolutions of the 60s and 70s. So this was a massive moment in American history, not just in fashion, but in politics and culture. We saw massive Vietnam protests. We saw the civil rights movement. We saw the birth of rock and roll. All of this came together to create a massive overhaul in what we wear and how we present ourselves. One of the biggest parts of this was the denim takeover.
Hell yeah.
How Levi's took over by storm. And what was before just a workwear, blue-collar outfit became something that people wore as fashion, as like streetwear. Almost today with Carhartt, how that has taken over fashion. But you look to figures like members of the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, they would wear Levi's when they performed. And this really just took over young people and what they wanted to wear and became almost the unofficial outfit of the counterculture revolution. in that movement.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, did you see the new Bob Dylan movie? Is it
Yeah.
that generation kind of?
Yeah.
So there's like that. And then we got Jimi Hendrix. Then we
I'm
got
wearing Jimi Hendrix right now, by the way.
There we go.
Yeah, shout out.
Jimi Hendrix reference. Then we got Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm thinking some crazy colors,
Yeah,
bell bottoms, afros, bandanas. Oh, what a time to be alive. I remember, so in San Francisco, that's where Levi's started. They just recently did some like origins of denim exhibit in San Francisco that I really enjoyed going to. They took over a whole warehouse and had pairs of jeans from, the era that we're talking about when they were notorious for just making work pants. And then it shows how it like elevated the look over time. These bell bottoms originally started with like extra fabric that they would just sew on.
Yeah.
So there are cool like multi-tone bell bottoms and they like evolve into what we have today. Very cool.
And it started with just the blue jean, the classic,
gosh.
blue wash. And from there, it expanded into what we have today, which is disgusting acid wash jeans that no one wants to look at. But
speaking of which, what do you think of those like, they do like some like green tint now on like,
oh yeah, I've seen
on like Motel Rocks or Jaded London. They got some green tint going on.
Yeah, the Jaded London, like weird.
Is that real denim?
To
Doubt.
some extent, it was made in a sweatshop. But.
Some would say.
Okay, so going back to 60s, 70s, we want to talk about, obviously, the elephant in the room, the hippie movement, the psychedelic movement, tie-dye, exotic patterns, boho, long hair, and almost just between men.
Peace and love, man.
Peace and love, exactly. Like men's and women's fashions was becoming blurred together in how people express themselves. A very like androgynous era of fashion with the long hair on men and the flared trousers and the jewelry and just the freedom to express yourself off these drugs. So
Yeah, totally. I've seen some Jimi Hendrix performances and they pan to the crowd and honestly it's hard for them to keep their clothes on.
yeah,
So that's, I think, where we see a lot of these like flowing maxi skirts coming out.
yeah. And it goes back to just the wanting to be independent and creating revolution.
Yeah,
culturally.
definitely. Free the nip.
Free the nip.
What an iconic, we're looking at a photo right now of Jimi Hendrix
Is he freeing the nip?
at his, some would say, but more in a feminine way where he's wearing a loose blouse.
You'll see it right here.
With a V-neck and it's like sheer. And it looks like something, they're called like peplum tops.
I don't know the exact name, but
Is it like tight and then it goes
Tight and then it flares, except he's just boho loosey-goosey all the way. Because that's how he likes it.
yeah.
What a time to be
I think this
alive.
one was at Woodstock, this photo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's from his Woodstock performance or either like his Cornell performance. Did you see that?
I don't think so.
He performed at Cornell?
Yeah, in like the 60s, my roommate's a crazy electric guitar nerd. So we have guitar solos going on every other night. Or even like playing on the TV. And he's like, you haven't seen this Billy Strings clip yet. As my guitar gently weeps. Again. Anyways, big fan of this era. And I'd love to see more of it come back. I mean, we see more fringe, like I was just talking about in the 20s. Like we saw beads then, but here I think like we're working with more like leather. And I'm thinking of those like boots with the tan fringe coming off.
Yeah. Those need to come back.
I have a pair
Also, just
myself.
culture, like Woodstock culture, like everyone just came together.
Love.
Music overnight. Like we
love.
haven't done anything like that anymore. We don't do that anymore.
It's that goddamn phone.
It's the goddamn phone. Even like Coachella fell off, I feel like.
Coachella fell off since Selena Gomez stopped going with her flower crowns.
Exactly.
We need a new founding mother of Coachella. Who do you think could take that place?
I don't know exactly.
Gonna have to sleep on it.
Let us know.
Where'd Emma Chamberlain go too?
She's gone boring now. She's too like.
Oh, you know who I was actually thinking
Expert.
of? I was thinking of Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh, okay.
She did the flower crown. So we have Summer of Love and Peace and Hope and groovy vibes, psychedelic guitar solos and nips all around. How does it get better than that, honestly?
I think that's peak fashion.
Yeah, I think it's peak fashion. So now let's devolve into the
And they had
80s.
no TikTok back then.
Is
There
that
was
your
no
guys'
pressure to
favorites?
post on social media.
No TikTok.
they could wear whatever they want, and they didn't have to worry about their story likes. Like, it was so
No,
freeing
no
back
con
then.
on the street. I love your confidence. Where'd you get it from? What makes you confident?
I just,
Have you seen those videos?
oh, yeah.
Justin was so scared. Tell us.
No, yeah, wait. I've always wanted to, like,
Yeah, what would you say when the
into
TikTokers
that.
stop you in the street? I always think, what music do I want to be playing in my headphones when someone goes,
someone asked me that when I had no headphones in. It was in Kogan, actually. And I was like, I'm not listening to anything. Yeah, so we're going to jump over a really influential part of history, the 80s.
acro sports?
Yeah. Think of Demi Moore in The Substance. Just colors, big hair, sweatbands.
What do they call it? Like ankle warmers, like those big,
Yes.
chunky unitards and knits. I think that's all we need to know.
Yeah. But we're not going to talk about that today in detail. We're going to skip over to the late 90s and 2000s, where we saw the birth of Y2K and the alternative smoker look that emerged.
I think we saw like early hints of what would eventually evolve into Y2K. And honestly, once we talk about it more, you'll have to let me know if you agree. A lot of these black and white striped t-shirts makes me think of the alt movement over COVID, where we put our long sleeves over our t-shirts.
And I still do that.
Yeah, it's a staple.
It's a staple. I would think a lot of the fashion, at least on TikTok today, takes a lot of inspiration from this era.
Definitely. I mean, this is an era where like Vivienne Westwood peaked. I'm thinking of like her flannel and ripped jeans and slip dresses. What else do you think would define some of this? Combat boots, is that a part of it?
Maybe. Honestly, I'm not that
Maybe.
familiar with like the Vivienne Westwood effect of Y2K. But no, yeah, definitely. I'm also thinking about sort of the shoegaze movement in England and how that got popular in America. And that was the sort of like, I don't give a fuck alternative outfits, baggy clothes, which I was saying before is what I think a lot of people today see as like TikTok like fashion. But that was what was emerging here. A lot of dark colors, baggy jeans, like ripped shirts, stuff like that. And here's a photo of like
I'm
some
with it.
shoegaze.
I'm with it. Who's
Yeah.
this group you have here in our notes?
I think this is Slow Dive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks like an approachable group of friends.
Yeah. Potentially a school shooter today, but that's okay.
But all in trending back then.
Yeah. So do you want to go into like the 2000s with like Paris Hilton and Britney Spears?
Where do we even start? Well, I do want to preface this with saying I tried to dress a little Y2K. I tried to dress a little Y2K myself today. I did like drew on Hannah Montana for inspiration with a sparkly situation long sleeve, and then layered it with a tank top, light wash pants. Is that Y2K?
Yeah.
Is
I
this-
feel like the fit is also Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K, the era that I guess I just missed. I was born in 05. When were you born?
05.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think of the It Girls. I'm thinking
Right.
Paris Hilton and Kim K. I saw this one YouTube video once where they talked about like the days that they would go out. And Saturday was like their one day to not. But anyways, I digress.
This is like Sex in the City, right? That type of like Carrie Bradshaw. Or
Is that 90s or like
It's
early?
like 90s.
That's more 90s.
okay.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, that's like working hard in the late 90s when you still had like an antenna come out of your phone a little bit.
Right.
They were like there for the transition to
Now we got the
BlackBerry.
petite little flip phones.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian's like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
So we're covering everything pretty much. 90s, 2000s, 2010s. But yeah, I would also say Y2K is very popular right now.
Yeah, I
terms
think
of fashion.
definitely. Okay, so let's start with the basics. We definitely have like low-waisted pants. I've seen some crazy like pube teasing low-waisted diesel jeans on some of these It Girls back then. But nonetheless, like
And they sell for so much on Depop too. It's like
and then otherwise, I really like, along with them, is like a long tank top, which is something I tried to like find in my closet because they're so hard to find these days. They're only giving women cropped tanks. It's an epidemic, nonetheless. Kim K, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, buzz cut. It happened. Did it set a trend?
Potentially.
I want a buzz cut.
Yeah, I mean, at least shorter hair on girls, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a buzz cut, but
Well, we all know what also reigned during this time is the Juicy Couture jumpsuits. I can practically envision Paris holding her little pooch there.
right, yeah.
And then I also think of like some major like rap influences right now. And they're carrying on the same like rap culture outfits that have been going on for a bit now, like since the 80s, where they're just repping like baggy pants, baggy jersey, big chain with clunky locks on it.
Or
Backwards cap.
like
I feel like
Doechii trying
that
to
went away.
embrace the 90s
Yeah.
with her style of music, but also her outfits. When she walked at
What do you guys think about whale tails?
what is a whale tail?
What's a whale tail? So while we're on the topic of what did I call it? Pube teasing jeans. Whale tails are pretty much when your G-string, when your underwear comes out around your hip,
That's big in Brazil.
and you can, honestly, like
That's big on campus.
I'm all
Multicultural.
here for. I'm a constant victim of the accidental like plumber's crack.
Yeah. I feel like if I did that, it would just be
Call that a whale
What is he
tail,
doing?
but
No, do it.
yeah, maybe I'll start that trend for us guys.
Yeah.
yeah. So to be a fan or not to be a fan, I've definitely styled a whale tail myself before. I have matched my thong strings to my
yeah.
top and worn them as an accessory, either lacy or like just the band.
Like
I've
out in
done it.
public. That's brave.
It has to match though.
V-neck.
Times were different when I was a high schooler in San Francisco.
High schooler.
The Bay is built different. Listen.
We could do an episode just reviewing what I would get away with right
What is
in high
like
school.
Bay fashion? Like what's like the staple?
I would love to talk about Bay fashion. Well, you have to consider, like, I'm big on music. I'm glad that we're bringing that into the fashion of this podcast. Definitely got to talk about, like, the rap influences. There's still, like, Bay Area fashion has a lot to do with repping, like, your merch and stuff like that. But it's so hippy-dippy, bro. Like, I wear whatever I want. So many times, my high school, first of all, didn't have a dress code. The dress code was make sure you're wearing
I
shoes.
didn't have a dress code.
Yeah, make sure you're wearing shoes so you don't get splinters on our pretty porch. And there were times where I would put on an outfit, or I would like put on a matching like pants and sweatshirt, and then I had a matching purple hat and then them all bright purple. And it looks stupid, but it's way too good of an opportunity to miss out on. So I showed up to school and like
Right, obviously.
who's the Grimace? Grimace purple. I looked like
You
Grimace.
look like Grimace.
And
Totally agree.
that's one of several like honorable mentions. I went hard during like Spirit Week.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like in Boston, everyone just wears Vineyard Vines and tries to look like they're from Cape Cod and they are going to work in finance at their dad's company in 20 years.
scary.
The
Wait,
Y2K.
here's a good 2000s mention. Do you guys remember Ivory Ella?
Whoa, no. Look it up. Ivory Ella?
I actually don't know who that is.
No.
It was like the girls' Vineyard Vines equivalent.
I've never heard of that.
Oh.
I feel like I've seen the
Yeah, I
logo
do
before.
feel-
Wait, hold on.
I forgot what it was, and I saw a TikTok about it like 2 days ago. Tapped back an insane memory.
It looks like
Oh, that's
a
real.
nursery brand.
Yeah, it looks like it's for like 3-year-olds.
What?
I think the Y2K had a really strong
Gymboree
comeback
type band.
in like the Bay Area. And so it wasn't like cringy or anything to.
Hella comeback.
Yeah.
Right? Is that the right lingo?
Hella big comeback. Did I say
Hella
that?
big comeback. Well, don't you guys say hella all the time?
Yeah, of course. Y2K had a hella big comeback after COVID. And it wasn't cringe at all. And also, like, I think at the same time when, like, Y2K came back, I think this, like, what was it? The shoegaze effect that you were talking about from the 90s?
Yeah.
I think was another route that people took as well, just as it reemerged.
And I feel like these two things we're talking about with the Y2K, as well as influences from 70s and even the 20s, have all accumulated into what we have today, which is a post-pandemic TikTok fashion culture that has its positives and negatives. in my opinion.
We have quite a tsunami to work with.
So we're going to talk about a bunch of things that we've noticed with fashion today, but we're starting from like 2020 onward. For one, the baggy jeans epidemic. Everyone's wearing baggy jeans now. Everyone wants a pair of baggy jeans. This is reflected in PacSun and Urban Outfitters, what they're selling. But the question is, it keeps getting baggier and baggier, it seems. And when is it going to reach the top of the mountain and start going back down towards skinny jeans? And even if skinny jeans might come back soon as fashionable, because if you wear skinny jeans today, you're shot on sight, I think.
Yeah.
As
It can be a crime.
the fashion police, at least.
Airball. Holy shit.
What?
Not in Atlanta. That's like
Not in Atlanta.
that's
Atlanta skinny jeans to the ankle.
Yeah, for real.
Alex Earl wore skinny jeans. the other
I was
day
going to
on
bring that up.
TikTok.
So It Girl of, Uprising It Girl of the Year.
Bro, she's annoying, in my opinion.
Well put.
I low-key don't like her outfits or her.
No, she
styling.
knows her outfits are bad and it's okay.
Ashton has great outfits though.
Bro, one of my friends from back home, Ashton is her big at Tulane.
No.
Really?
That's tea.
Yeah. And like she posted, she didn't even tell, she like soft launched it. Like she posted like love my whatever sorority family, and it's her and Ashton there, and it's tagged.
Oh my god.
And a birthday post this past weekend for Ashton. Ashton's Instagram is just her name. Crazy story post.
Yeah.
But either way,
What do you think? Do you think skinny jeans are, Alex Earl?
Alex Earl like has been wearing them. Guys, I wore skinny jeans to the club this year. And
What color were they?
they were black.
Okay, that's acceptable.
It was like a matter of like all black outfit, which honestly I want to get into later about people only wearing all black to the club. It was like an all black outfit, kind of like it was like going for like the figure type shit. My legs just became like two little twigs. So I saw it in that, and I wear like tight, like tall black boots. It was a move. It honestly feels like sacrilegious. My mom never let me leave the house wearing leggings as a kid. I never owned a pair. Feels the same with skinny jeans. She let me wear them, but now they feel like leggings when I put them on.
God forbid the jeggings ever come back. We don't need those back.
Those shits were fire.
I think we have fast fashion now. We can just use like plastic and stuff.
Yeah.
What I've seen recently is people wearing fake
The
like
spray-on
sweatpants
shits?
that are disguised as jeans. Have you seen those?
I hate those so much. Yeah.
Wait, have you seen those like pleated sweatpants that people wear to the airport, and they're kind of like dressed up?
Yes.
Yes.
Bro.
And they're like,
Yeah.
guys, these are the new travel essential. I feel so duped. It's like this new era of sophisticated professionals that work from home, and they're not used to going to the office. So they're like, I get cute in my sweatpants.
Maybe I'm part of the problem though, with the whole TikTokifying of fashion, where everyone just follows the herd, and if you wear anything that's not what's acceptable by these fashionistas on TikTok, you get shunned. Maybe I should just let these people wear their ugly sweatpants.
Yeah. The more the merrier. Like, I think right now we're in a storm, but baggy jeans epidemic. I want to ask about, have you seen those skater boys who genuinely go to the thrift store? They could pick out any pair of pants they want. Take them down to double XL. They get a pair of 42
40,
waistbands.
32, yeah. And it's like,
And then they get a belt and they're done.
And you see the
they could be
TikTok
wearing
and
like
they
a denim
lift up.
skirt. I wouldn't know.
yeah, and then you lift up the shirt and you see the belt.
Yeah.
Like for dear life holding on.
I've seen bros like take off their belt and pants fall straight down.
Yeah.
Then
At the airport when you have to take your belt off for TSA and you
Your
pants yourself.
Hold
I've done that before in the past, unfortunately.
I'm scared to wear a belt to the airport in the first place.
But I think they have gone too baggy. I think the whole Jinko thing, I think it's reached a point where it's too much now.
Well, Jankos are from the 90s.
Yeah, but I think we're
Yeah.
trying to replicate it and it's not
Yeah,
working.
it had its thing then. And then people wearing Jankos now claiming authenticity on baggy jeans, I can't necessarily appreciate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Let's go back to this one later, but do you want to talk about athleisure?
I want to talk about athleisure.
We have
So-
here in our notes, to death with it.
to death with athleisure. So I mentioned before, I grew up in a household where my mom didn't let me leave the house wearing leggings. And when I was younger, I felt left out. All my friends are wearing their Lulus and their brandy crop tops to school. And I had to wear my Skinny Express jeans. Well, I loved these jeans, first of all. But I felt left out. I couldn't wear leggings. And now this past year, I went to go visit my friend at SDSU, and they're plagued.
Really?
People aren't even they're walking into lecture halls in spandex shorts and their matching top. And I think this has a time and place, and I don't know if they're on their way to the gym. There's no way all of them are on their way to the gym. I don't know how much I can handle the matching leggings and top in the improper context.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
I think it's been a problem now for quite a little bit as well, spanning the 2010s.
Yeah. Did you ever hear about that one girl getting turned down from boarding her flight because she was wearing leggings?
Really?
My mom loved this story. It was in like middle
Do
school.
tell.
It was in like middle school. I think it was Alaska Airlines. Don't dox
Their
me on
doors
that.
fall off. I don't know if I trust Alaska Airlines.
I don't know if that's. I might have to like fact check that. But my mom's like, you know what? More power to them. They have a good point. You need to show up presentable. People used to dress up for flights. People did.
Maybe they have a
dress up for
point.
flights. People used to smoke on flights too. Can I bring that back?
Bring it back,
they should.
honestly.
No,
Or at
Bring
least
back
they should.
vaping on
They
flight.
should. They should.
Am I allowed to say that online?
Yeah, for sure.
They should.
My
They-
mom sent me a video about Lululemon leggings being toxic for your skin.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
She's literally
My mom
like,
would love
that's
that.
Like prime WhatsApp news. Like
She's
I don't get
so
that shit from my parents like
I
all
know.
the time.
And I was like, I think that's just all nylon actually.
Yeah.
So
Facebook
cut that out
news,
of your
WhatsApp news.
I will say the Lululemon craze for like younger Gen Z is insane. Like my sister is 13. I went to Montreal for
fanny
spring
packs.
break. My mom said, go to Lululemon, buy things there. It's cheaper. Get it for your sister. And I was like, keep
She's
in mind
like,
she
stock
has
up.
yeah, stock up on Lululemon. I guess she saw the tariffs coming and but no, it's insane how she's obsessed with Sephora and Lululemon. Those are her two.
How old is your
gods.
little sister?
13.
Yeah, mine is 16. Same shit.
Same shit. Yeah.
Thing.
Fanny packs?
Oh, for
The
sure. fanny pack.
Lululemon fanny pack is like the purse.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it really?
Or Athleta.
Get her
That
one.
one too.
I got her like the card holder.
No, with the big band.
Yeah. She loved it. Like whatever. Like what are they doing marketing? Like oh my
Oh
god.
my
I knew a girl in high school that
It's
had
working.
one.
Clearly it's
Blocked
working.
her.
Yeah,
because
it's working.
They
so well.
go crazy
So
for
well.
it. It's like the what was that cup that everyone wanted?
The Stanley.
The Stanley Cup.
Stanley.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, can we talk about so like TikTok puts a lot of this shit on the table and gives people a lot of influence over what's sexy to wear. It tells people like what's cool, what's trendy, what to buy.
And you
and
open
then,
the comments and it's either agreeing or disagreeing, and
Yeah.
you go by that. Yeah.
Exactly. And then they show you the designer version, and then you scroll and you can find the TikTok shop dupe version,
The
whatever.
Temu version. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's like a lot of things that were once cool and TikTok brought them to the table and they're no longer cool. I would like to start this debate with the Margiela Tabby. I think they were cool and had their own thing going for them. And I've seen a lot of brands recreating it. And I can't even say in their own way. They just throw a tabby on anything. And it was Margiela's thing. And now I see the everyday person wearing it and it was once cool and now it might be corny.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Sambas as well, sort of. Where it's like the Samba silhouette or the materials it uses. Every shoe company is trying to market that as their own Samba or like replicates at H&M,
Yeah.
as like knockoff shoes. But
When Samba's peaked, I remember last year we had a conversation trying to predict what would
Yeah, on
take
the
Storm by
Metro.
next. Yeah.
yeah. And I said the Puma, what is it, the Palermo or
Yeah,
is
that's
that what it's
right.
called? I don't know.
Something that has that same like slick, kind of like bullet train toe.
Yeah.
Is that a good description?
Yeah.
If you go to our TikTok though, there's going to be FBA pics of the spring shoes of 2025.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
we have some good picks, right?
Yeah, we do. So go have a look if you're watching this.
I actually saw you showed me yours, and I haven't even seen it on TikTok, so I know it'll be good.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Don't worry. Okay. Do you want to talk about the Utah Fit Check?
Yeah, while we're talking about TikTok and fashion, would you do actually a Utah fit check for me?
Yeah.
I'll hold your mic.
All right. This computer's gonna die.
Yeah. Where's a good? Will he be in frame?
I'll just do it back here.
Get that thumbs up in. Utah fit checks. I mean, they're happening, and honestly, like so the outline is like these cool baggy jeans, and they may accentuate it by like pulling out the side. Cool. I've seen some really
Wide leg. Like, okay, we get it. Like,
and then they do like cropped tees, but not cropped where you would think like 90s type like bodybuilder, like type more like a tasteful, well put together t-shirt.
yeah, I honestly don't
perfectly-
mind the outfits they have.
Yeah.
It's just
with the beanie.
they think they're so cool and unique, and like every other bitch on TikTok is making this Utah fit check by a gas station. Like, here's a photo of like what we're thinking of. It's just like, yeah, like you said, the crop button shirt.
I used to appreciate it, and now it's
Yeah,
another.
it's like the same with like Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't have anything to say. Yeah, I just feel like they think they're artistic and they're like defining fashion boundaries, but really they're just become every other person.
Yeah, and rinse, repeat, copy, paste.
Yeah.
What is it? The Ford business model: find a product, mass produce it, recreate, reduce, reuse, recycle.
And now you have Timo and Shein selling everything you need for the Utah Fit Check. So you can make it for probably less than $15.
Falling on a budget, I guess.
Okay, our next segment is going to be our hot takes of fashion right now in the 2020s. So do you want to start us?
Let's get into some opinions. One thing that's been hot on my mind recently, especially since I love going out. I love going to bars. I love meeting people. I love hanging out with my friends at night. And DC has it popping in certain areas. And I find myself in a mass clump of girls all in black in a mass migration to Costas. And
They come like birds flocking.
Like a flock of crows.
Migrating to the south.
And then it's okay. So it's like any combination of this variation. Ready? Some addicted leather pants or like dark high-waisted jeans from addicted, what's another one? Princess Polly, something like that. And then a crop top, black crop top. Probably has lace here, or it's a tube top, or it has cutouts. You've seen it online and it's all black. And then they have a big black crop puffer because it's cold.
And it's the same glasses every time. It's the wraparound black sunglasses.
Shit.
And
Yeah.
the Daniel Guizio black skirt.
The Daniel Guizio. Talk about TikTok.
Bruh.
They took that and flew with it. So what do we wear instead of all black? I would.
Colors.
I
I know,
would
it's
like to-
scary. It's a really scary...
There's been a big rise in like sparkle and the Ibiza summer. What are we up to with that?
Yeah.
It shows promise.
I think we start off subtle. We do a little pop of color and a whale tail. And then we grow from there. Maybe some pants or maybe a little like undershirt of color. It doesn't have to be crazy overnight. We don't have to go back to the 20s immediately with all the color. But at least for like men's suits. But slowly but surely get back some creativity, some uniqueness.
I got a crazy toolkit of tops I like to rotate through. And I find myself actually, well, I would say a black cat, but I'm like a white sheep in a field of black sheep.
Yeah.
I didn't know that would be an issue for myself, at least.
And I feel, I'm going to talk about music again, but I feel like the same is true with like what they play in clubs now for music. It used to be fun and
It's because Jack Wask is on the
diversified.
DJ table.
And now it's the same Drake every time, and I'm tired of it.
Fucking love Drake.
John Summit.
John Summit, depends
How
on
we doing, Miami?
Miami, what the fuck is up?
Okay, what's...
I want to hear Bob Dylan in the club.
That deserved not to be heard.
I want to hear some,
California, California.
yeah. It ain't me, babe. No, it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. That's what I want to hear. The trap remix, obviously.
Jersey Trap.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let me hear another hot take.
Building off of what you were saying, I just think social media in the 2020s has ruined fashion in a sense, where it feels like no one has...
Fashion's ruined?
Not ruined, but it's just in a bad place right now. I think the style itself is good. It's better than the 2010s with like jeggings and stuff like that. But I feel like the heart and soul of fashion is largely gone. And like you look at the 70s and the 60s and people were just expressing themselves however they want to feel. I was saying this earlier. There was no pressure of social media or getting backlash on TikTok or an Instagram post. And now it feels like if you try to go outside the box of what is acceptable, people will make fun of you online to the point where you're not even going to want to wear that outfit again. So
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of good things about fashion right now. I think it's like the types of jeans we wear and the types of shirts. I think it's good overall, but I think it's almost sterile with no room for growth in a sense, unless the top influencers decide what is next. So that's my hot take.
I think that's true. And I think the TikTok being a part of the equation now, where it can put one good outfit on 10,000 people's screens and have them wearing it the next day, kind of makes it really hard to be authentic, I think. And so when everyone's sharing their outfits and when everyone's getting sent the same PR, when all the top 10 influencers are getting sent the same PR and wearing the same thing, it's a trickle-down effect where all girls want the same Miu Miu glasses and shoes and what is it? I'm trying to think of the utility purse with an excessive amount of zippers and pockets, which is like useful love. And you think that people will always want that until it becomes trendy.
I will say the whole like thrifting craze of now is helping alleviate some of these problems because you're going to find unique pieces, which is good, but people are looking for the same like category of clothing and just different flavors. It's like,
I think, could this be a hot take that the thrifting well is running dry?
it is.
It's picked over.
The Depop Warriors have
Goodwill
ruined
is
it.
overpriced. Goodwill is overpriced.
Overpriced. You go to the bins and all that is just resellers.
Sharks everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Did you hear about the Vogue vintage resale market they ran in New York?
Really? How did it go?
Gigi Hadid hosted like an exclusive vintage designer resale event, and first they invited like celebrities and influencers. So like Emma Chamberlain was there, name drop a bunch of models were probably there too. And they got a few things, and then they let the common folk in after like that line going around the block.
New York loves to wait in lines. They love to queue
Love it.
for no reason. Maybe a coffee, maybe a bagel.
And
They saw it
also
on TikTok.
here in Georgetown, you seen that Skims line?
Oh yeah.
Brandy
Brandy
Melville line.
I'm trying to get that free Brandy Melville stuff from my friends who work there. So if you're watching this, hook me up, please.
Something I want to talk about is, so you're saying fashion's dying. I think
It's not dying. It's just in a weird place.
I'm with you on that. And I want to talk about the recession. Because in the recession, money fails. We're trying not to buy. And in recessions, art prevails. Art does good when money does bad.
Recession pop, recession art.
Yeah. I was joking with my friends because we just all sat for the past few weeks. We've been sitting down at the same time every Sunday to watch White Lotus. And I don't think there's any more clear sign that we're in a recession than sitting down for timed television. I watch everything on demand now. I forgot what it was like. Like it was 8:30 and I was like, can we watch it? And they're like, it hasn't dropped yet. What do you mean? It's not on yet. On demand, please.
Yeah. I will say HBO does a good job with their 9 p.m. Sundays. I remember Euphoria Sundays back in like 2021. Everyone came to school and the next day just like gossiping about what happened with Rue or Jules or whoever.
That is fun when there's like a shared cultural thing to talk about. It's not just
That's why I don't like
TikTok.
binging. It's just like you do it all in one sitting and you get it out of the way, sure, but the excitement doesn't last a while.
Yeah. So this also reminds me of a topic we were talking about, how people are looking to be timeless now. They're trying to dress timeless. I've heard a lot of people online kind of throwing around the word chic, and about half the time it sticks where it is genuinely chic. I think I'd define chic as something that is timeless and I think sophisticated and not mainstream, as in I wouldn't immediately recognize it. Do you think that's like a valid?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the whole like trendy versus timeless thing has been like an endless like battle. And like you were saying, I think everyone's trying to be timeless now to the point where it's becoming, in a sense, trendy to be timeless. And it's sort of taking away from what it actually means to be timeless.
I agree, especially like what's timeless when I think of these pretty like linen long skirts that we were seeing during the hippie movement. And then I think of like the Urban Outfitters and Brandy Melville making and mass putting out these gorgeous like linen skirts that are perfect for every summer. And I think that style's timeless. And I like seeing people wear it,
Because when does timeless start as well?
right?
Where does it? It's sort of like, where does history start? Like, are we talking about, is timeless from the 60s timeless? Before then, it wasn't timeless. It was trendy in the 60s. So why are we so upset at trendy clothing? Because eventually it might become timeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes me think of the Galaxy Wolf hoodie.
Yeah. I don't think that one's going to ever
Timeless.
reach that podium, but
But I'll be telling
potentially.
my kids about it. So that is something that pertains to a time period and isn't timeless. What do you think is something from that mustache millennial era? Do you know that distinct Galaxy leggings, lion print, like mustache? Okay, but first coffee. Is there anything timeless that came out of that?
I'm trying to
You know
figure
what I'm
out
talking about.
what
Yes, that
niche,
is timeless.
like Portland hipster sort of.
Yeah,
like
there we go. Okay, but first
Yeah, like
coffee.
what? That's like
coffee. Wait,
I'm just thinking of a shirt that says it. I must ask you a question.
Yeah,
yeah.
fire.
I mean, we'll have to see. Time will
Like,
tell.
what?
Time will tell.
Fashion
Well put.
works in cycles. It's like what was cool back then is becoming cool again. So maybe in a couple decades we'll see that return.
Okay, let's wrap it up with what are we gonna see next?
Yeah, predicting. You want to start?
I have no clue. I know metallic is coming back strong.
Did you just buy metallic shoes?
Everything I did just buy metallic shoes.
Yes.
The metallic Taekwondo shoes from Adidas. Look them up. They're actually really
They're fire, actually. They are. So
What
metallic, yeah.
metallic is happening everywhere. In fabric, in like mirrors on like clothes. Instead of just like sequins, like little mirrors. Okay. It's happening.
I feel like we're gonna see like different pant materials emerge. Like
I'm ready for it.
maybe not a corduroy just yet, but something different than the raw salvage denim, Japanese denim, like that
Yeah.
craze. You
I
know,
think patterns are coming back.
Patterns.
I agree. Patterns.
An accent pant
Yeah,
over an accent instead of an accent top.
I agree.
Yeah. Like polka dots, maybe even, or stripes,
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Looking forward to seeing how the TikTok fashion devolves.
Yeah, and I think I was listening to Emma Chamberlain's podcast, What Anything Goes. She was talking about future fashion trends, and she was thinking maybe more personalization to pieces, like a patch or something
People
to
are
make
adding
things
charms
unique.
to everything.
Yeah.
Charms, scarves on purses,
Right.
charms on shoes.
And
won't
have it
pay
less
atten-
is more, and just personalizing like
Definitely.
the few items that mean a lot to you.
Yeah. I'm with it.
The episode-
Thanks so much for listening, guys. I love talking into a microphone. See you soon.
Bye, guys. See you next time.